Good morning, dear colleagues. My name is Kыныбаеwa Tatьяna Madikovna. I am an English teacher at school number 5, Karaganda City. Let me introduce you with my presentation. In my presentation, I want to tell you about how I developed a short-term plan, including all the requirements which are indicated in assessment criteria. My short-term plan is done for the 5th grade, Unit 2, Living Things. The theme of the lesson is animals. Before planning, I consulted the key documents such as subject program, course plan, assessment guidance. In order for the learning objective to be consistent with the subject program, I selected the following learning objectives according to the long-term plan within the same document. 5361, communicate meaning clearly at sentence level during pair, group, and the whole class exchanges. 5411, understand the main points in a limited range of short, simple texts on general and curricular topics. 5691, use simple present and simple past, regular and irregular forms to describe routines, habits, and states on a limited range of familiar, general, and curricular topics. In accordance with the above learning objectives, I have defined the following lesson objectives in accordance with SMART requirement. Learners will be able to participate actively and fluently in talks about animals, dialogues, conversations, discussions, using a basic range of vocabulary, grammar, and linking devices for the 6th learning objective, speaking strength. Identify the main idea and specific information of the text for the 1st learning objective, reading strength. Use present simple and past simple to talk about regular actions and to describe animals for the 9th learning objective, use of English strength. A learner with special educational needs will be able to participate actively in talks about animals, identify the main idea of the text by the diagram, describes an animal with the help of structure. I made sure that the defined lesson objectives correspond to SMART through the following verbs: interact, identify, apply in it, and within the framework of one lesson, so they are achievable and realistic for students. In order for students to achieve their learning objectives, I have included several effective learning methods in the plan, such as weather forecast of mood, pair and share, deductive method, predicting, guessing from pictures, scanning method, graphic organizer, picture describing. Let me introduce you with the method graphic organizer in my plan for post-reading, and it develops functional literacy. The effectiveness of this method is to support the development of the literacy skills. Graphic organizers help to improve reading comprehension in the classroom. These tools are effective because they provide a visual representation of the text. They give learners a clear process for breaking down and understanding what they've read. Also, this can make it easier for learners to gather the key information from their reading, and this method will be organized individual. This way, I want to involve all my students into the learning process. Within this method, these students will complete the diagram with the help of the text and add new information. And I hope that it helps my students to improve their thinking and reading literacy skills. At the end of this method, I want to see the following learning achievements of my students. Identify the main idea and specific information of the text. Categorize necessary information. Express their own thoughts. Learner with special needs often needs support in organizing their thoughts and completing tasks. In order to meet the special educational needs of some students in classroom, I choose the method picture describing. The aim of this method is to improve speaking skills and vocabulary on the topic. It can lead a learner to participate in the process. This activity fosters the creativity and imagination of the learners, as well as their public speaking skills. And this method will be organized in group. In order to support such students, I want to give them some extra resources, such as pictures and cards with help structures. Here, I identify the lesson objective for such students in the following way. Students choose one picture and describe it using structures. With the help of this method, I think the students will be able to describe animals with the help of structure, and it helps them to improve their thinking sub skills. thinking, speaking skills. Thinking and speaking. Okay. Next, in order for all students in the class to achieve their learning objectives, I have included several tasks in the plan according to the chosen language skills. Here, I would like to introduce you task 1. I developed this task to achieve the following learning objective. The first learning objective of reading for the 5th grade: understand the main points in a limited range of short, simple texts on general and curricular topics. I identified the following assessment criteria for this learning objective. Identify the main idea and specific information of the text. And this learning objective develops the knowledge and comprehension level of thinking skill of the students. This task is taken to improve the students' reading and scanning reading skills and scanning sub-skills. In the process of completing this task, I want to develop the students' functional literacy. If they can read and understand the text, find the information they need, complete the diagram, to check whether the students completed the task correctly, I would like to use the following method: verbal assessment. According to special educational needs in the classroom, some students in the classroom, I want to adapt this task to the following. Method: picture describing for speaking. So task is describe an animal with the help of structures. While completing the task, students will be provided by extra resources such as helpful structures. It is a, its color is, it lives in. Here I identified the simplified descriptors for such students in the following way. A learner chooses one picture, describes an animal with the help of structure. To check whether some such students completed the task correctly, I would like to use the following method: group assessment, 1-minute feedback. And at the end of my presentation, I would like to say that this lesson is effective. All methods and tasks are the appropriate level. Lesson objectives taken into account, the special needs of students, and development on functional literacy. So knowledge is power. Thank you for your attention.